Hello Scorpio, welcome to your April 2024 reading. My name is Nigel and you have found ÄLKÖMΗ. Let's get started. Very interesting reading as usual. You have the beginning of the month, the middle of the month, the end of the month, some warnings, some potential blessings, and then we're going to have a sneak preview as to what follows this reading if you stay on course. Over here we have the, let me just pick everything up. This way you could see everything. You have excuse me, I'm having allergies, allergy problems this time of year, so I'm sorry if I sneeze or sniffle. So you do have the Metamorphosis card, which is great. It's wonderful energy. You seem to be going from one thing to another. You're going from what was to what will be. And I took a peek at what's coming, and what's coming is really, really nice. You're entering this month with this beautiful, abundant energy, the Empress. So the Empress could, I usually don't say this, but the Empress could foretell a pregnancy. You could be pregnant with life. You could be pregnant with a plan. You could be pregnant with ideas about your future. But you are pregnant with something here, and it's very, very lush and fertile energy you're entering the month with. And this gives birth to the Ten of Cups, which is beautiful, beautiful love energy. This is happiness. This is happiness, Scorpio. With this movement card going in reverse, you're not going anywhere. So you might be in a situation, in a relationship, and it's not often I say this or see this, but there is something you're involved in that you're going to stay in. It looks like it has longevity. Now, the only thing I could factor into this that might be a negative is that you're holding on to some vinegar here. And vinegar is, as we know, pretty sour. And the idea here would be to let go of this. Maybe it's something from the past. If we look in this column here, you are letting go of things. You're letting go of this combative, defensive energy. You're letting go of some pain. So this is great. You might be holding on to some of this at some point in the month, but it looks like you're really doing work here, Scorpio. And here's more defensive energy coming in sideways. Now this, especially underneath the vinegar card, when it comes in sideways in my readings, it is indicative of a choice. You have to make a choice to drop the defense. You might use a defensive attitude here as a defense mechanism, and it looks like you're slowly changing that. We'll get to this in a second, but let me pull this. What I love about this is that you have the Metamorphosis card, you have the vinegar card, but this gives birth to the sun rising. And when you have the sunrise oracle like that next to these two cards, I can't help but think you're going from a place of brokenness into a place of wholeness and warmth and fertility and happiness. You have the Two of Cups, and this is another choice you have to make. Are you going to make the choice for this connection? This is up to you. The ball's in your court here, Scorpio. I see no problems, honestly. You do have the Emperor. Now, here is the Empress's counterpart. This is your counterpart, or you could be the Emperor. Maybe the Empress is your counterpart. It doesn't matter whether you're the same sex or whether you're opposite sex. These two are counterparts, and they have it all. They really do. They have it all together. And they're both upright, which is beautiful, beautiful energy. You do have the King of Pentacles. You may be worried about your future as far as finances, as far as how you're going to do things. Maybe that's a stumbling block in this connection. But my goodness, everything else is just so beautiful. It's just beautiful. Even your warnings are beautiful. Let's get to the warnings. Oh, you know what? Before we do this, I want to show you the moon. The moon is, this moon ruin is also a ruin of transition. And it can also be a a symbol of clouded judgment. And when I say that, there might be things that aren't clear to you. Perhaps there's something in this relationship that makes you uneasy, and it very well could be you being a little afraid from things that happened in the past. I don't know. So this could be you being a little clouded by something. Or this very well could be a transition card, and you do have metamorphosis. So both of those things fit, and it depends on your situation. Now, these warnings are beautiful too. This is a very strange reading, right? The warning, when I look at these cards, I think they're just so beautiful that I really think the warning here is to not take hold of this and appreciate it for what it is. Don't not work on this. Don't not use your ability as the intuitive magician that you are, and please close out the cycle of vinegar and move on to this beautiful sunrise. Scorpio, you have an amazing reading. Here in the blessings, you do have this offer. Perhaps your counterpart has given you an offer. If they haven't, it looks like they absolutely will. There is some sort of offer here on the table, something that you may have been waiting for. And here it is. And I know this is a pentacle, but I really think this has something to do with love, my friend. Definitely to do with love. What you're saying goodbye to here at the bottom of the deck is this wishy-washy attitude that the Knight of Wands could absolutely have. And what you're also saying goodbye to right under that is the toxic energy that maybe this connection carried at one time, or maybe you carried into this connection because of past hurts. Okay? You're letting go of all that. You're becoming determined in a different way. You're becoming determined to make this work. And this is like right under it is the Queen of Wands, which is an action queen. You have commitment here. The things at the bottom of the deck here are things you may not see coming. Things that are coming after this reading comes to pass. You have the commitment. And with this Knight of Cups, I could see that being a thing. You have a commitment coming here. You also have, now this is very interesting. You also have the uncreated, and it is coupled with the new life card. This union may produce a brand new life. It really looks that way. If you're not pregnant, or you can't be pregnant if you're male, obviously in 2024 it doesn't matter. You could be bringing a new life into this union from one way or another. And this is in your future here, Scorpio. This isn't right now. Although I did mention that at the beginning of the reading, so it might be true for at least one of you. I think for the bulk of you, this is a union that is going to lead to family, to commitment, to the sun rising, to letting go of the pain and the vinegar and the vitriol perhaps from the past. You are with your counterpart. You are with your counterpart. This is beautiful. Beautiful energy. Love to see it. Okay, so we have this giant deck. We're going to split this in half. And we'll use half at a time because it is too cumbersome. So let's look at the beginning. Show me the beginning of the month here. With that Eight of Wands, you're not going anywhere. It says feeling tied down or frustrated. You might feel a little tied down with this yoke, okay? Maybe that's part of the problem. Maybe you're afraid to. You might be feeling tied down to some feelings that you brought into this relationship, Scorpio. You may have hurt from the past that you feel tied to. But I'm telling you, with this Devil in reverse and with this Knight of Wands in reverse, I can't help but think that you're letting this go. And that's where this beautiful sunrise is coming from, and this commitment and all this beautiful energy. Show me the middle of the month for Scorpio, please. Middle of the month for Scorpio, please. Show me the middle of the month for Scorpio, please. Yeah, well, you have the frying pan. But I do think that it has something to do with this past pain. I do think, because we have the Three of Swords right under this, we have you feeling tied to something that's negative, and this relationship is not any of those things. And with the Three of Swords here in reverse, I can't help but, and with this here, with these two cards sandwiching it, I can't help but think that it is something that happened in the past that has damaged you, traumatized you, that you are really actively trying to let go of. And I think that once you do, whatever negativity that's left is going to dissipate, and you're going to give birth to all this other beautiful stuff. You have at the end of the month here, you have broken wishbone. Dude, you have to work on this. There is too much good energy here for you to be floundering in this negativity. This is a warning for at least one of you. You have all this beautiful energy that's waiting for you to grab it. It's waiting for you to just take it, but you have to let go of this negativity. There is negativity here, and the negativity is not coming from the person that you're with, whoever's reading this is. If this isn't your reading, I apologize. You could look at your other placements, and I'm sure your messages will be there. But show me the warnings. Someone you know is undependable and insincere. Wow. Is that what happened, Scorpio? Were you with someone in the past that was undependable and insincere? Someone that really hurt you? Someone that broke their word? Are you afraid to trust again? Are you afraid? Is your fear keeping you at bay? Is your fear keeping you at bay? You need to find balance here. You need to find balance between what was and what is now. The scales here tell a story about your blessings. This is a very interesting reading because I've never seen so much positive energy, but it's laced with vinegar, perhaps some clouded judgment, and all this stuff that's clinging to you from the past. But look at your future with the commitment, and I mean, it's just too good. This energy is not coming from this connection. Let me see. I am going to split the deck for Scorpio, please. Show me what Scorpio needs for April 2024, please. Beauty. Well, that's one thing you don't need. It is upside down. In this deck, when I pull a card that is inverted, it means that you already have what it is the card is stating. And it says, I have a form which is divine. I allow what is within to shine. There might have been someone from your past here, Scorpio, that made you feel less than beautiful, that did some real damage to you here, broke their word, accused you of things that they were doing, gaslit you. You may be tied to these events karmically in some way. You have what it takes here. You are a beautiful soul. Whoever is reading this is, you are a beautiful soul. You just need to find balance, and you need to have clarity of thought between what is now and what was then, and separate those two things. I am going to pull one more card. And yes, I do this with no, some people I do not do any of this with the extra stuff, and some people I do. I'm going to take both of these cards. You have Rose. So if I was looking at this from job, for money, I would say, yeah, it's financial relief, loving care. The white rose to me is hope. The white rose to me is purity. And you have eggs, and that is more fertility. You are extremely fertile right now, and when I say that, I mean it in every way. You have the egg, new opportunities, saving up, a nest egg. But you know what? The egg and all this, the uncreated, the Empress. There's a lot of fertility here for you. A lot of fertility for happiness, especially with this 10 of Cups. Go after your 10 of Cups and leave your vinegar in the past. You have so much to be hopeful and thankful for here, Scorpio. Beautiful, beautiful reading. I wish you the best. Big hugs.
Good night. And always remember, that's...